Yeah. Yo, step into the ring where the stories get raw. Junkyard James spitting truth, no flaw. Beyond the junkyard, the tales collide. Wrestling's wild side, come and take the ride. Chairs fly, ropes snap, legends unfold. Every move, every slam, the drama is gold. From the underground brawls to the title fights, we break it all down under spotlight nights. Beyond the junkyard, where the stories get told. Steel cages, bright lights, the moment's so bold. From the past to the future, the mat stays strong. Junkyard James, keep it real all day long. Tune in, strap up, it's about to get wild. Powerbomb the truth, no sugar, no mild. Every heel, every face, every match that burns. The junkyard delivers, now it's your turn. So hit play, no delay, the bell has rung. Beyond the junkyard, where the legends are sung. Junkyard James got the mic in his grip. Wrestling podcast vibes, now let's take the trip.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Saturday solo episode of the Beyond the Junkyard podcast. I am your host, Junkyard James, and we got a good show for you today. We're going to get back into the swing of things on this Saturday show. We're re-debuting one of my favorite segments to do on the Saturday show, the monologue. That'll be our main event today. But before we get there, we're going to jump into a little bit of praise for the Buffalo Bills, my favorite team, as they prepare today to play the number 1 seed Denver Broncos in the second round of the NFL playoffs. That's where we'll start the show. But before that, let's get a little bit of housekeeping. You see that QR code in the top left of your screen. That is a link to our Discord server, the Real Wrestling Community, where we attempt to keep wrestling raw, real, and relevant. Join the community. Let's build a community that we can continue to talk about the things that we talk on the show and things that maybe don't get talked about on the show just every day of the week. That's our goal there. Let's build the community, the Real Wrestling Community on Discord. Go ahead and scan that QR code. I got to give a huge shout out to the company that sponsors and powers this show. That's W Energy. Go to w.gg, use the code Beyond the Yard. You get a 25% off your order, I believe is the number. I love it. Look, you get yourself a glass of water, 1 scoop of the W mix, shake it up, and you're good for the day with jitter-free energy, without the crash, without all the other harmful chemicals that some of the energy drink companies put in their product. It's just water in the powder. Save yourself some money, help support the podcast. Go to w.gg, code Beyond the Yard at checkout. Big shout out to rss.com. They power our audio version of the podcast. Go ahead and check out rss.com. Get yourself a subscription. If you're thinking about podcasting, they are the best podcast host in the business. They help distribute and help you find ways to monetize your podcast, whether it be ads or other programs that they may have. Use the link in our description. Buy a subscription. Make your own podcast. Speak your own voice. Help support that podcast that way. And as well with StubHub and WWE Shop. You're watching this on YouTube. Do me a big favor. Like this video. That's how the algorithm throws this video out to other like-minded individuals. They see, oh, man, this video is getting some likes. People like the content, so maybe we'll share it with others. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And let's build a community, not only on Discord, but also on YouTube, where we can grow and have a fantastic 2026. All right, let's put all that to the side. Let's jump into the main point today. And we're gonna start the show by talking about the Buffalo Bills and the NFL playoffs. They play today, 4:30 Eastern time on CBS. They play the Denver Broncos, and everyone is saying they don't have enough talent. They don't have a good enough defense. They don't have a good enough offense. That the Denver Broncos are going to beat them up. The same conversation point that they spoke about last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, where most of the people have picked the Jaguars to win. And it was a good game. It was a close game. It was a nail biter to the last couple last minute or two of the game. It came down to the wire, but the Bills pulled it out. And granted, they lost Tyrell Shavers and Gabe Davis to ACL injuries last week. But they bring back Curtis Samuel. They call up McCole Hardman from the practice squad. And look, McCole Hardman, he ain't going to be, an Amon-Ra St. Brown. He ain't going to be a top guy, but he has the playoff experience that I think the Bills need in moments where they might be pressured. Some of these guys may step up, and they're going to have to step up. Khalil Shakir, I'm sure, will have a good game. Keon Coleman, I hope, has a good game. Brandon Cooks, hey, get us another big down-the-field threat right there. But look, when Josh Allen is the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, anything is possible. They got James Cook. The running game, listen, the running game last week against Jacksonville was horrendous. I think they were at 3 yards a carry. When in the regular season, they were close to 5.5 to 6 yards a carry. That was what carried them into the playoffs. Josh Allen completed passes to 9 different receivers last week against the Jaguars. So what is going to change? The Jaguars defense is, in my opinion, just as good as Denver's. I don't know. I am very confident in the Buffalo Bills' chances to win today. Now, they might not, right? Denver's the favorite by 1.5 right now in the spreads. Denver might win. Buffalo may be outmatched. I'm not saying that this is a guaranteed win for Denver. I think the Bills do win, but it's going to be a close, nail-biting style of game, and I'm excited for it. Josh Allen, I think that's why I think having Josh Allen, having these guys with the playoff experience is so valuable for Buffalo, because they know how to get it done when the pressure is on in the big moments. Like, they have that experience. They can act like they've been there before because they have. The Buffalo Bills at this point of the season are used to playing the Kansas City Chiefs. And you're telling me they just got to go to Denver? Like Denver, if we want to be real, their offense isn't great. They're not going to put up a boatload of points on this Bills defense, which I said either on last week's episode or in a TikTok video that I put out. People are sleeping on this Bills defense. And it showed out last week, getting multiple interceptions, including the game winner tipped by Trey White, caught by Cole Bishop. And they could have had 3 or 4 additional turnovers. The defense is playing great. The secondary is playing great. Now, granted, Max Hairston is out. I think Jordan Poyer's not playing. And so DeMar Hamlin, I think, is coming back. They get Ed Oliver back on that D-line. The defense is on the up and up for Buffalo. And the offense is putting up 23 points a game, even with this quote-unquote lack of weapons that Josh Allen has. Though, all of the media narratives that they put on the Buffalo Bills, I think the Bills can prove them all wrong today, right? The Denver Broncos according to ESPN, are a mid offense. The Bills, 4th in yards per game. The Denver Broncos are 10th in yards per game offensively. Passing yards per game, forget about it. Denver don't pass the ball a whole lot. They are going to be reliant on the run game. 223.9 passing yards a game. The Bills allow less than 150, 160 passing yards a game. Josh Allen had several games. Buffalo's passing offense isn't far worse than Denver's by 7 yards a game. So it's not like they're going to masterfully perform really well in the passing game against us today. The rushing offense, the Bills are the best rushing team in all of football, and Denver is mid-pack. So, listen, and I said this, I think, last week, Denver to me is the most fraudulent number 1 seed in the entire NFL. I think maybe, possibly in NFL history. Denver benefited from the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs had an off year. Because their offense is nothing special. And their defense is fine, but not it's not like it's anything the Bills haven't seen. Denver ranks 2nd in defense in yards per game, 278 total. They allow 187 pass. They allow 91 on the run. Something's going to give. They allow 18.3 points per game. But something's got to give because the offense of the Bills is scoring 28.3 points a game. So something's got to give there. Either the Bills aren't going to score a whole lot of points or Denver's going to give up a lot of points. Denver, by the way, is only scoring less than 24 points per game. That's what I'm saying. The Bills, for as anemic as the Bills' offensive weapons seem to be, they're putting a lot of points on the board because of the run game, and they're not giving up a whole lot on the defense. I think it was Pierre Kingpin from Buffalo Fanatics that said this may be the best defense the Buffalo Bills have had coming into any playoff run in the past 6 or 7 years. This defense is top notch, and the offense is capable of putting up 24 points or maybe more in some games a week. And when the offense needs to stop, they usually get them. So what I'm saying here is the Buffalo Bills, I think, have a really good opportunity to play the upset here. They're talking about, it's going to be cold and the altitude may be different. Josh Allen played college football at an altitude that's 2,000 feet more above sea level in Laramie, Wyoming. It's not going to be a problem, at least for Josh. Now, you might have some of the other players who struggle, but I think that's where the depth of our defense, the fact that some of our players that are backups have proven themselves to be capable to play when the starters don't need to play. I think this is the most consistent defense that we've had in several years. But the people that say the Broncos are guaranteed to win, they only look at wins and losses. They don't look at how they won or any of that other statistical things. They just look at, they're 14-3 and the Bills are 12-5. Give me the Broncos. The Broncos are a good team. They're probably a playoff team, but they're a fraudulent 1 seed. Give me Buffalo to win by I'm gonna say a score of 20. 24-20. 24-20 Bills win. All right. Let's get talking about some wrestling here, and then we'll end the show. It's time for the monologue. I was thinking about what to talk about for the monologue today. There wasn't a whole lot that really came to my attention. Like, there's not a lot of big stories that I want to rant about for a minute. But then I watched a video from a college football analyst for the South Carolina Gamecocks. He posted a video of Trick Williams' entrance from Friday Night SmackDown yesterday. And the fact that the reach of Trick Williams, who used to play college football for the South Carolina Gamecocks, the fact, though, that the reach has reached to college football, and Trick Williams is being said that he's over in the WWE, the fact that he's getting a WWE championship opportunity in the coming weeks, the way the crowd reacts to Trick Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to announce all aboard the Trick Willy Express. He is the biggest future. He is the future. Let me use proper English here. He is the future, the biggest star in WWE going forward. And I'm going to stay on business because I've said this for the last year now, that Trick Williams should have been the person to retire John Cena. Like, if I didn't think this episode would get copyright restricted, if I would show the WWE clip from Trick Williams' entrance last night, go check it out on social media. Trick Williams is over. The crowd loves him. He has the chant. He has the look. He has the crowd in his every grasp. Trick Williams is the future of WWE, but he's also the present of WWE, because he is going to be the next big thing for probably the next decade or maybe longer. I'm going to go on business and say, this is what the WWE has needed. He's everything they thought they could have gotten out of the main event Jey Uso era or the LA Knight era, where it was like the crowd was behind it for a period of time. But after it came and gone, no one really was behind him. Trick Williams, I think he can be the guy that the crowd will be behind for as long as they need him to have the crowd behind him. He I don't know. He just has everything. And imagine, let's go backwards in time about a year now. John Cena announces he's on his final tour. He's going to retire in December of 2025. And at that moment in time, I was like, John needs to give this to somebody that needs a rub. I think at this point, Trick Williams was a face. So I was like, how do you turn? I didn't know if Trick Williams would get that opportunity with two faces and fighting each other. But then John Cena comes out and he turns heel. And I was like, Trick Williams has to be the guy to beat John Cena. If I was WWE and if I could go back a year, I'm okay with John Cena turning heel and winning the WWE Championship. I'd have John Cena play heel the entirety of his run. I wouldn't turn him back face. I wouldn't have him drop the belt. I wouldn't have him go after the Grand Slam, whateverness. John Cena is a heel. And he plays the heel through the rest of his run. And Trick Williams gets called up and he challenges John Cena for the championship for his final match. And John Cena can lose to Trick Williams, give Trick Williams not only a championship, but the biggest rub of his career. He is now the top babyface. And then John Cena can go out, and his final run was him turning back to a face as he's walking out of the arena to a bunch of chants of "Thank you, Cena." That is the way it should have been done. And not only now, in present day, we're only about a month out from John Cena's retirement, and Trick Williams is now getting his WWE Championship opportunity. He could have been the champion at this point, but they waited. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, or maybe I'm being a little too arrogant, but maybe WWE should hire me, because I could have written a better story, or at least laid it out and let them fill in the gaps. Because now you have John Cena, people thinking John Cena's retirement was a sham. Gunther, granted, he's a top heel, but let's just be honest. How much does Gunther move the needle in WWE? He's not going to be the guy that you can plaster on a billboard as the biggest villain. He didn't need the John Cena rub. Trick Williams would have thrived on the John Cena rub. He's already popular. He already got himself over organically. But imagine John Cena giving him the torch and saying, "You are going to be the next guy. You're going to be the next me, the next generational babyface. The guy that WWE can plaster everywhere and everybody knows who you are. When your music plays, you hear the chant of bump that trick," right? Booker T's like, "Yeah, man. Trick Williams is the guy." And I don't understand why they delayed bringing him up. Instead, they turned him heel, had him in the Dark State story for whatever apparent reason. And he was stale in NXT for a while. He had a couple good stories, but he could have been doing so much more on the main roster, including getting himself over for beating John Cena. I think we look back 10 years from now and see that this could be a missed opportunity that they could have done. Because Trick, he's not young by any metric. Like, he's not the youngest guy on the roster, but he's not Gunther's age. Gunther has what? 3, 4, maybe 5 good years left where he's going to be a full-time guy. Gunther's on closer to the end of his career than the beginning. Trick Williams is just now getting to his prime. He has decades of years that you could put behind him. I don't understand why they were so slow to pull the trigger on bringing Trick Williams to the main roster. And so I'm going to stand on business. I'm going to say I would have been right. Trick Williams should have been the guy to retire John Cena. Trick Williams is going to be the future face for a generation of wrestling fans in WWE. Trick Williams is WWE. And so the whistle plays again. All aboard the Trick Willy Express. Because once we leave, we ain't coming back. I'm all aboard. I think Trick Williams is the best they already have, and he's only going to get better. But let me know in the comments, is Trick Williams your guy? Do you agree with me that he should have been the one to retire John Cena? Or it would have been better for him to retire John Cena than to have Gunther retire John Cena? What is your career outlook for Trick Willy from Philly, Trick Williams? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. That's all I got for you today, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Hit the like button, subscribe, share this with your friends and family and all your wrestling fanatics everywhere. Hit that QR code, scan that QR code at the top of your screen, join the Real Wrestling community, and we can continue the conversation there. But until next week, my name's Junkyard James. We'll see you next Thursday on the live stream. This has been another episode of the Beyond the Junkyard podcast. Till next week, have a good one. We'll see you next Thursday.
This is wrestling without the filter.